Hello everyone, my name is Rohit Singh and in this video I am going to present my MOOC trailer that I have completed in association with futurelearn.com. People have been crossing the ocean for something like 40,000 years, but for almost all the humans, what lies beneath the waves or ocean has been largely unknown. The oceans always seems a bit of a mystery and its depth is totally abysmal. So, the title of my MOOC is Exploring Our Oceans. I am going to explore oceans further in this video. I will be covering 4 major points. The first one is the first expedition of ocean. Second, what lies under the ocean. Third, the science of ocean. And fourth one, which is the very crucial one, the future of ocean, like our responsibilities for the planet. And what decisions should we take to ensure that this planet and life within the ocean sustain in future. So let's get started. Point number 1. The first expedition of ocean. The voyage of HMS Beagle was followed by a 3-year voyage by the British ship HMS Challenger led by Sir Charles Thomas to all the oceans of the world, during which thousands of marine specimens were collected and analyzed. This voyage is often referred to as the birth of oceanography. So, this was the first major expedition of ocean. In this expedition, water temperature was measured at various depths and samples of water salinity was taken. They took about 263 water samples. And there is one interesting fact in the expedition. The Challenger sailed for something about 69,000 miles around the world, sampling in all the oceans except Indian Ocean. So this was the first expedition of ocean. Let's talk about point number 2. What lies under an ocean? Scientists estimate that about 1 million species of animals live in the ocean, but most of them, about 95%, are invertebrate animals that don't have a backbone, such as jellyfish and shrimp. Some of the smallest animals on earth can be found in the ocean. Sea animals like zooplankton are so small you can only see them only with a microscope. And on the other hand, the largest animal ever to live on earth is an ocean mammal called the blue whale. It's as long as 2 school buses. Dolphin and sea lions are also called as ocean-dwelling mammals. And apart from it, the oceans also contain almost 2 lakh different viral populations. According to the latest count, marine viruses were found from the surface down to 4,000 meters deep and from the North Pole to the South Pole. Though most are harmless to humans, but they can infect marine life including whales and other creatures. Now let's talk about the science of ocean, the physics of ocean. The ocean obeys fundamental physics laws and physical oceanography is concerned with the mathematical formulations of these laws to describe phenomena in the ocean and to predict how the ocean will respond to the future change. The ocean is driven by tides and winds into a dynamic system of turbulent flows. It is warmed by the sun and mixed with the fresh water from river, rainfall and melt water. On a local scale, this leads to better understanding of waves and tides and their influence on coastal erosions. And on a larger scale, this improves understanding of interaction between ocean currents and world climate, and hence improves our prediction of the impact of global warming on sea level rise. Physical oceanography underpins of all the other disciplines, so all the ocean scientists should have some knowledge of physical oceanography. Now let's talk about the chemistry of ocean. Chemical oceanography aims to understand the processes that control the concentration and distribution of elements and their compounds in the ocean, because the ocean is a complex chemical soup A variety of sophisticated techniques must be applied to define its composition. The primary chemical constituent is water, but numerous other chemicals are also present. Some seawater chemicals exist in such a low concentrations that it is a challenge to merely identify their presence, let alone quantify their concentration. Chemical oceanographers are trying to find out which chemicals are beneficial to marine plant life, whether marine organisms produce natural chemicals that can benefit modern civilization, and how chemicals of environmental concern such as pesticides and metals and radioactive contaminants behave in the ocean. Chemical oceanography underpins the biochemistry of marine organisms and the geochemistry of marine sedimentary processes. So, this is all about the science of ocean. Now, the last point. What's the future of ocean? Lack of ocean protection will not only accelerate climate change, but it could impact our resilience to its impacts. So, the future of ocean is in our hands. There is no planet B. I would like to share 5 things that we can do to save our ocean and to ensure that this planet and life within ocean will sustain in future. First, mind your carbon footprint and reduce energy consumption. Second, make safe, sustainable seafood choices. Third, use fewer plastic products. Fourth, take care of beach. Fifth, educate yourself about oceans and marine life. This is all about my MOOC trailer exploring our ocean. I would like to end my presentation with a quotation: no water, no life, no blue, no green. So guys, thanks for watching this video, and if you want to give any feedback or if you have any query regarding this video, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks.